Episode 8, Oil and Water. So right now we are trying to... Oh, we're getting backstory on Mel. Is this Mel? It looks like Mel. I feel like it's Mel. I don't know. Anyways, we are delivering the little energy ball back to the council. And Jinx is supposedly dead, but I don't think she's dead.
Your grandfather brought me to the aftermath of the Battle of Hildenar. He offered me a gold coin for every blade I retrieved from the Forum. Said we needed the steel. But I knew it was a lie. He wanted me to know death.
Somber, but okay.
Your brother thinks he can talk his way out of anything. He fancies himself a fox among the wolves.
To charm her subjects, but pliable, so we can mold her.
Perhaps she could be my daughter.
You'd give me a throne.
I will give you the world, child. If you prove you can take
I wonder why they're keeping her in the shadows. Oh? Who is this?
What should we do with her?
She won't make trouble for us. Strip her of her possessions and send her to the far colonies.
Dang. I mean, at least you're not...
Symbol of the old regime. Kill her now. Only one must die.
I was gonna say, at least she's not ordering them to kill her.
Thousands.
We can show the people we are merciful.
Okay. I respect that. Is she gonna listen to her? Nope.
A wolf has no mercy.
Huh. Interesting. I like that we're getting backstory on her. You know, Mel has served like a very supportive purpose in the show to Jace, right? And she's very manipulative. And I'm not too fond of her, but maybe she'll grow on me if I learn a bit more about her character, because I don't know too much about her. That's cool that that artwork like matches the scene.
Will you be okay? I'll be right back.
Hopefully. I like Kate. He's very dead. Yep, your inside guy's dead.
Jinx.
Oh. I'm not buying it. I wonder if he's gonna give her a little bit of shimmer to kind of boost her, right? Because I'm pretty sure that's what was given to you know, Vi here. You know, because if you take a lot of it, you turn into whole, you know, beast mode or whatever. But like, you know, the shimmer that was given to Vi was like one tiny drop, and it still was like kind of aggressive on her. So, you know, maybe it could, I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there.
It's gone. What?
She got it? She got it? I didn't realize she got it. Oh no. Well, yeah, what's about to happen here? We have like all these soldiers coming. Dang, they all were left there till dawn? You think they'd start a cleanup?
Sir, we secured the area. We've got orders to escort you back into the city. Sir? You alright?
Oh no, oh no. This is easily gonna okay, he's about to lose it. This is gonna convince him 100% to start building weapons against the Undercity. You know, because Mel was talking to his ear about it. And now this massacre that unfolded. And by the way, those people were corrupt, you know. But he doesn't know that. Jace doesn't know that. And so, oh no, we're gonna go to war. Eugh. Also, you know what I find interesting? Now that we had that beginning scene with Mel, younger Mel, in the last, I think it was the last episode, you know, when she proposed we start making weapons just in case. It's interesting that she says that because based off that beginning scene, she wanted to be very merciful as a kid. But then this mother figure or whatever that was in the shadows was like, we cannot afford to be merciful. So it's like her entire perspective was changed and she's like not really a merciful person anymore. Or she's like trying to be merciful but is realizing it's not working. And that beginning scene kind of reflects that ideology, and it's just kind of like, we kind of have to make weapons now. I don't know. It's kind of cool though.
Who lives here? Another counselor friend of yours?
Oh,
Caitlin!
We were so worried. Thank goodness
her
you're
parents.
You found a stray. This is Vi. She's from the Undercity. So I see. It's citizens living on the streets, being poisoned, having to choose between a kingpin who wants to exploit them and a government that doesn't give a shit.
Yep. No, she's right though.
I'm sure our daughter could use some rest after her adventures.
And now she has significant insight to these issues now that she's visited the Undercity. And I really like that because it's really pushing that, you know, the council and like all the government doesn't really care about these people, doesn't care about the Undercity at all. And some of them just want to get rid of it.
I'll schedule an audience.
Schedule.
Thank you. You and your friend can address the council yourselves. I'd suggest you prepare accordingly.
You better hope the council listens. Mm-hmm.
Their injuries are severe. You think I can't see that? I believe I can see her.
Actually, yeah, it makes a lot more sense that he would bring her here. Especially since Victor was just here. Like, yeah, now that we've been introduced to this character and stuff.
The process will be demanding. Sometimes death is a mercy. She can take it. Before I begin, I must know. Are you prepared to lose her?
Yeah, we're about to juice her up.
Please understand this is for your own sanity.
Oh, that's for him. What did he give him?
I do once had a daughter. You're a scary lady.
Yeah, can't you tell she's scary? She drinks and smokes at the same time. She is very cool.
I ship them, don't you? Except it's not your ship. It's his. And Jinx's.
This is your plan. Undermine Silco by making a half-ass play of my ego. Gotta hand it.
That's cool.
Every time I think you can't get dumber, you dig a new line.
Let's be plain then. He's slipping. The Undercity is devolving into chaos, and somehow I get the feeling he isn't up there balancing bookshelves. Jinx gets a whim. Suddenly he's spying
Fair, I guess.
aren't the only one dissatisfied with his performance. There's bigger fish than Silco.
Switch up a power, perhaps? Who am I looking at? Oh, it's the woman from the beginning. I love her outfit. It's sick.
Elora, you didn't have to come out to meet me.
What are you doing here, Mother?
Can I not visit? I've heard stories of Piltover's hospitality.
Is it actually her mother? Because the way she was talking in the beginning of the episode made it seem like she was more of like a caregiver to her. But maybe she just calls her mother, or maybe it actually is her mother. I don't know. I don't think it matters too much.
You didn't sail halfway across the continent to sample the local cuisine.
It's been over a decade now.
Since you banished me.
Such a drama. I sent you here to oversee our family's interests and grow yourself, which you have. Your Jace Talus has turned his eye to hextech weaponry.
I knew it.
War is coming. You've let the problems of your undercity fester too long.
Piltover isn't like Noxus. War isn't our first and every recourse.
Mm-hmm.
I sponsored Hextech to protect the city, not burn it to the ground.
It's not conjecture. It's a fact. Weapons can't be unmade and they are always used. I'm here to help guide you to the right decisions.
I don't need your guidance.
We'll see.
Oh, I love their different perspectives clashing, because it's exactly the same perspectives from the beginning of the episode. She wants war, her mother wants war, and Mel wants peace. I mean, they all want peace, I guess, but like, you know, different ideas of obtaining peace.
Miss Medarda.
Yes.
It's for me, dear. I'm off to sample the local cuisine. We'll present our case to the council tonight.
Except they don't have anything to show.
Without even going down there? I thought Powder could get obsessed.
What happened to her? It's not your fault.
Sometimes I'd get carried away and she'd get scared. I didn't want her to start crying and wake my parents up, so I pretended to chase my own monsters away. I'd say, no monster's gonna get you when I'm here.
Oh,
And a real monster showed up.
yep. Yep.
Just ran away. I left her.
Yeah, Silco. Although, to be fair, I mean, she could be talking about her parents' situation, but also if you want to reflect this on her, being really mad at her in the moment, which I feel like is justified, and then her running away until Silco shows up. As soon as she saw Silco standing over Powder, she immediately tried to go back for her, but then she was pulled away. So I can definitely see why she can blame herself. I don't think it's directly her fault, though. I think it's just a series of unfortunate events. Yep. I'm giving her a lot of that stuff, dude. Is she gonna be, like, juiced up now? Because that would be crazy.
You're stronger than you think. I'm so sorry.
Oh. Oh. she just feels jealous and left behind, mainly because of Caitlyn. If Caitlyn wasn't here in any of this situation, honestly, I feel like Jinx would be 1,000% more open to talking to Vi.
I understand this must be painful. I'm afraid it will only get worse.
Ugh. Oh man. That's blood and stuff.
What have you done? I saved her life.
Hmm. Heimerdinger visiting the Undercity, huh?
Watch it for the wall.
That's actually impressive. That's cool. It's a top. That's so sad. One of the fireflies. Oh no, it's the board. Okay.
Though these blades seem improperly pitched.
You're wrong.
Yes, there he is. Okay.
It's designed for the fissures. Air is denser.
Are you all right, lad?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just sprained my ankle.
That's it?
Are you Counselor Heimerdinger?
Dude, that is impressive. After everything that went down, that is impressive. All he did was sprain an ankle.
It's just Heimerdinger now.
Yeah, former counselor.
On this side of the river.
I wanted to offer my assistance to the citizens of the Undercity, but
That's nice.
it seems I'm unwelcome. What is it?
We're having the exact same day.
Mm-hmm. Trying to
That looks like more than a sprain.
get to the top side.
Attention.
I have to get home. It isn't safe for me here. I don't know how I'm gonna get down there with my leg busted. Well, you're holding my ride.
I do not like this woman.
What minister at your academy, Mr. Dallas?
It's, Counselor Tallis. And I'm not sure.
The mind hiding behind the body? Navigating your current crisis requires expertise you lack.
Do you know what the success rate for senior academy inventors is? 3%. We're no strangers to failure. What makes this the city of progress is that we keep trying until we get it right.
That's true.
Thank you for your advice, Mrs. Medorda. But I have a city to run.
Ooh, get her.
Wait.
Oh. It's like,
I see why this province and my daughter have fallen for you. You have the passion.
dude, she has so many scars.
I have experience. I want you to succeed here, Jace. To grace the world with Hextech, but if you don't accept certain realities, I fear you'll end up like General Parlek. Slaughtered with your eyes closed.
Hmm.
3 of my suppliers have said they intend to delay shipments until fall to give things time to cool off.
We have greater concerns than a dip in profits. The sheriff betrayed us. We need better information.
We need to act before anyone else gets killed. Perhaps Marcus was operating independently. What could anyone in the Undercity offer him that he didn't have up here?
It's not what they offered him.
Yes. Yes.
Counselors, my daughter has a unique insight into our situation.
Oh, okay, I'm totally here for this. I'm all here for this. This will be very interesting. I wonder. Oh, the dialogue's about to go off.
Thank you. One man leads these efforts.
Silco.
We've done the investigations of Silco. They yielded no such level of organization.
And who led these investigations?
Yeah, your corrupt sheriff and like everyone else that's corrupt that was working with him. It's so apparent. The thing is, they're so ignorant to what's happening in the Undercity. It's actually hilarious. Like, literally, Heimerdinger just took a brisk walk through the Undercity and already knew what was happening. Like, know what's up. Like, how horrible it is. All they have to do is, like, look in that direction, and they won't even do that.
He believes the Undercity should be independent. He calls it the Nation of Zorn.
What about these? Do you know who made them?
No. Well, her name is Jinx.
This
Oh,
Jesus
really?
Then we have to go in by force.
That could trigger war.
There are good people down there.
Bad ones, too.
Even if
Yeah,
we
and there's
wanted
bad
to
people up
break
here,
it,
too.
They have Shimmer.
We have Hextech.
What happened to you?
We've been talking about talking for weeks now. They're still cleaning the blood off the bridge. When do we say enough is enough?
Jace, you don't know war. I do. It must be our last resort. There may be a diplomatic solution.
She's right.
I actually agree with Mel in this situation. But I completely understand Jace's perspective because he's seeing all this stuff happen back to back to back. And, you know, ever since he's been a counselor, this stuff is just happening and happening and happening. And he just wants to take action and get it over with. But that's such a dangerous territory to tread. I don't agree with him, though. I agree with everyone else. I think Mel's right to try and take a diplomatic solution to this. And, you know, Caitlyn's right. And, you know, all of them. Like, I feel like, you know, go peaceful until you can't anymore, until your hand is forced. And I guess Jace feels like his hand is forced in this situation, but it's really not. But still, I don't know. Interesting perspectives here, especially from Mel, because, you know, I didn't really know anything about Mel. I just, you know, she's just kind of here telling Jace what to do, the entire show, but now getting some backstory on her and seeing her mother and how different her mother is from her. Her mother's like, you know, all for war and making weapons, while, you know, Mel is very much more a diplomatic person who tries to solve things peacefully. I really like that contrast between their characters, and it's really reflecting in the scene right now, and I actually find it really cool. I don't know.
What? You want to negotiate with him?
It may be the only way to avoid further bloodshed.
This is insane. Did you learn nothing? You can't talk to him. He hates you, everything you stand for. He will never back down.
Enforcers, please escort them out.
Forget it. I remember where your fancy damn door is.
Ooh. Both sides are right, in my opinion. You know, like not both sides are right. Both sides have their reasons, like very valid reasons. I still think taking a diplomatic, you know, I keep wanting to say position, taking like a diplomatic way of resolving the situation, I feel like is always better than resulting to violence. So like I said, I do agree there with like Mel and Caitlyn, but you know, I guess Vitus also have a point that Silco cannot be reasoned with, especially with how much he hates the top side, especially the council, right? So I guess she's right in that sense too. I don't really know what to think, because obviously you don't want to start a war, you know, but maybe that is all that's left. I don't know. Like I said, diplomatic solutions until your hand is forced into war. Maybe their hand is forced at this point. I don't know. I know I just said it probably isn't. But, you know, where do you draw the line? You know what I'm saying? Ah, that's the name of the episode. I like that. That's cool.
Oil and water. It wasn't meant to be.
You're just saying that.
Do yourself a favor, Cupcake.
Dang.
Go back to that big, shiny house of yours and just forget me. Okay?
Dang. Let's see what's up with Victor. Oh, he definitely took it all right. Is he able to walk now? Interesting. Cool. Wait, that's sick. It's probably gonna be a little hard to learn, but yeah. He's gonna trip. Nope, never mind.
Victor, I've been working on a private project for a couple of weeks now.
Dude, he keeps doing
I
that.
was hoping you might take a look at something I've been working on.
Oh my gosh, man. Ugh. He carved the runes into himself.
Everything you do inspires me.
Yeah, you're about to witness a horror. Uh-oh. Is it? No! Dang, she was so... She literally did not deserve that. She was so nice. Why do all the nice people always get killed, man? Literally never did anything wrong. That is tragic. Oh my gosh, man. Yep. He never really acknowledged her. And now it's too late. Oh, that thing is very organic now. Sick. Oh? I've always wanted to see these two interact. I've been waiting.
You want to make Silco pay for what he's done?
I could have you arrested.
You guys really like to bandy that threat around.
You heard the council.
Fuck the council. You said you were tired of doing nothing. That's the only sensible thing that came out of anyone's mouth tonight.
I'm not a vigilante.
No, you're a victim.
Yeah, she's always been a good boxer. That's actually perfect for her.
Notice you when you raise your hand in the boardroom?
We built them for mining the fissures.
Oh, now they're
Someone
weapons.
close to me had a pair of these. You're the first person Caitlin looked for when we made it to topside. Of everyone up here, you're the one she trusted to do something.
But she doesn't agree with what he's doing.
What do you want me to do? Arrest him?
Silco controls the Undercity with Shimmer. Shut down his supply, and it's only a matter of time before his own people turn on him.
And how do we do that?
Take out his manufacturing facilities. Hit him hard and fast before he can react. So,
Hmm.
we got a deal, pretty boy?
Interesting. I kind of dig it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I feel like I feel like I'm just switching up all the time. Like I honestly feel like a professional like fence sitter with this show. I'm always like on either side. I think this is the best course of action if they're doing what I think they're doing. So I don't think, like I said, and I will keep reiterating this, I don't think an all-out war is a wise idea. I don't think war can ever really be justified. You know, like a full war, right? Which is why I lean more towards the diplomatic solution that Mel presented. But at the same time, a diplomatic solution, especially for the situation with Silco, it probably just won't work. I think Vi made a good point in saying that it doesn't work. He won't listen. He doesn't like any of them. So I don't think either work. Going to war. I mean, going to war could work, but it could be very, very bad. Diplomatic solution probably just won't work at all. I think they found an interesting middle ground here. If we don't make it a like political war, right? If we don't make it topside versus the Undercity, if we just take a couple people like Vi and Jace, maybe, and other people kind of do this vigilante mission and take them out from the inside without them even knowing, kind of, you know, like a Black Ops mission almost, you know what I mean? Like, you know, infiltrate, take them out from the inside, let them people turn on Silco himself, and let them tear themselves apart. Honestly, I think that is the best solution. Because then it prevents, you know, a war between the topside and the Undercity in total. We just go for Silco himself without, or at least with minimal casualties to, you know, civilians. And yeah, that's kind of my takeaway. I don't know how exactly it's going to go. It could honestly be a mess, but I kind of dig this plan. So honestly, from what I said in the courtroom, or the council chamber, whatever you want to call it, I'm kind of switching up, I'm not going to lie. With more context. Oh. Nope, we're just doing a full war. Okay. Ooh. Well, great. Cool. I do like seeing them fight back to back. This is actually really sick. Cool. Oh, it's really showing our boxing here. I like this. Not only is this fight scene just cool, seeing them team up and showing their skills, but also the finally showing off the Hex tech and what it can do, especially his weaponry, is pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, there goes a kid. So these are negative consequences of war right there. It's a slippery slope, I will say. Yeah, you did that. You just, like, it's a situation like this. It's like you have to ask yourself, is it justified? Is it worth it? It's such a slippery slope tackling these, like, kind of questions or situations. I really appreciate the show for doing stuff like that, though. This show shows multiple perspectives on the same situation and all the upsides and downsides to said, perspectives of said situations. And I really like that the show doesn't give you a right answer. Everything is so nuanced. Like, is taking down Silco worth all the extra casualties? But then he sees all the slave labor, so it's like, I'm assuming slave labor anyways. It's so weird. It's like, how do you answer something like this? Jinx, is she here? Oh no. What a cliffhanger. What a cliffhanger. Because the next episode's the season finale. Uh-oh. And she's probably all juiced up now, too. Oh, because we saw with Victor and... Oh, man. Oh, no. Okay. Cool. What a thought-provoking episode. I'm not even gonna lie. So many politics. But I liked it. I don't know. It gives you a lot to think about. Everything is so nuanced. You know? There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer either. I've given my perspective. I think diplomatic or peaceful solutions should always come first before you decide to wage war. I did agree with Mel in the council room, and Galen on taking a more diplomatic route. But also Vi and Jace made a very good point. Jace made a good point that, like, we've been taking no action for too long. We need to take action now. And while I didn't really agree with that point specifically, because, there could probably still be more work to be done, I think Vi made a really good point where it's like, Silco won't listen to you no matter what you do. It's been going on too long anyways. Her and Jace kind of had, like, the same thought process. They both wanted to go to war, I suppose. But, just a little bit different perspectives. But I don't know. I do think that her and Jace teaming up is really cool. And them taking more of a, like, stealthy less full-on war perspective would have been nice. But I like that I gave that entire spiel, and then immediately after that, they just had tons of guards coming with them. So it's like, oh no, okay, this feels like a full war that we're embracing here. So I don't know the outcomes, because it also showed that it's like, okay, this is good, we're getting progress done. I guess at least something is happening with choosing war, right? So I can't argue with that. But then, like, Jace ended up killing a kid. He ended up killing a kid. You saw the kid laying on the ground, taking his last breaths, and literally dying in front of him. And it's like, that's the consequences of going to war, is that there are going to be casualties. But then he looks up at all the other kids, all these kids that have been working for Silco, it's like they are, he's, freeing them, from working. So it's like, is it justified? What's worth it? What are their costs, of doing anything? Because, if they didn't take direct action, if they still tried diplomatic solutions, all those kids would probably still be working down there and no progress would end up being made. And I guess that's very fitting for Jace's character, because what's interesting about Jace's character is he was just a scientist. And ever since he was elected to the council, especially with Mel yapping in his ear and stuff, he's become way, way into politics and just wanting to get stuff done. But it's also very much in his character for wanting to get stuff done at the same time, But it is interesting to see his character progression from, you could call it progression or a regression, depending on how you look at it, from just being a simple scientist wanting to change the world with his science, and now using said stuff as weaponry to go against Silco in the Undercity. But, he's always been an advocate for progress, for getting stuff done. That's a huge reason why he wanted Heimerdinger off the council in the first place, because Heimerdinger was stuck in his old ways and not getting anything done, not seeing anything new, right? And so it's very much in character for him to want to not necessarily take things into his own hands, which he did in this situation, but that's because the council disagreed with him, but just to get a move on and actually get things accomplished. And if that means going to war, so be it. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how to feel about the situation. It's incredibly nuanced. Every side, whether it's a diplomatic solution or the war solution, has they're both right. They're both wrong in many situations. And it's just very interesting. Obviously, we're going down the war path, so I'm very intrigued to see how this is going to go. And, in some ways, I do agree with taking it to war, There are going to be casualties. It's going to be horrific. I mean, every war is. But is the outcome worth it? Taking down Silco, is it worth it? In my opinion, yeah, it is. I feel like my opinion changed over the course of the episode. Originally I agreed with a diplomatic solution, but at the same time, the more I think about it, the more over the course of the episode I'm thinking about it, it doesn't really get anything done. And I think Vi was right in, the council room. She's like, you can do that, but it's not going to do anything. It hasn't done anything for all these years. It's not going to do anything now. So, as much as war sucks, I think in this situation, it probably is the best thing, even with how horrific it can be. For example, the child dying at the end. It was interesting seeing Jace's reaction to that, because he kind of just looked at the child, and I wondered what his thought process was going to be. But then he looked up at all the other children, and he's like, it's like, my takeaway from his expression is, it's kind of worth it. So, I don't know. A lot of complex, convoluted, nuanced, and interesting ideas presented in this episode, and it just really gets you to think. That's what I really like about this show. Like I said earlier, it doesn't give you a right or wrong answer. It doesn't give you something to root for specifically. It gives you a lot of things to root for. You kind of just pick what it is. It's cool. I like it. Jinx is getting juiced up, so we'll see how that turns out in the next episode. I'm really curious, because we never saw the final product of, her. And Victor can walk now. He took the stuff. His leg is very well done now. And also killed her. I forgot her name. I feel really stupid that I forgot her name, because he said it like 5 times. I was just really in the moment for that scene, but you know, she's like coming to him like all the time, presenting all this stuff, and he never really gives her the time of day. We saw that in another episode too. And then she goes in, and the moment she sees something going wrong, she goes to save him because she cares about Victor that much, and she ends up dying trying to save him. And then he feels bad afterwards, obviously, but it's like, never gave her the time of day beforehand, so it's just a really sad situation. She did not deserve to die. She is the nicest person ever. It is really sad to see her die. But, yeah. I don't know. Very interesting episode. You know, discussions in the comments on these episodes are kind of interesting. I do get some hate in the comments. It's like, well, you're stupid for thinking this. And it's like, okay, that's fair, I guess. I don't know. I just like giving my insight on this show. So it is what it is. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I can't wait to see the season finale. So that being said, I will see you guys in the next episode.